I love that. You just gave away the sauce though. Like now everybody's about to, you gotta gatekeep just a little bit.
Totally. My entire education is just this YouTube channel. Hey, I'm Glenn.
LaKeith. I'm Callum.
I'm Handsome. And we're gonna go through some videos that we all love. I watch YouTube videos all day because usually, I guess essentially when I'm creating, I put a video on mute and I kind of like use that as like, you know, the visual component to whatever I'm making sonically. I'm around music all day, every day.
I like it, so you don't have any sound, but that helps you sonically.
That helps me. I don't know why.
What kind of video?
Man, public domain, Betty Boop, you know, drag racing, fashion shows.
Really? Just like anything that's like no sound, visually stimulating.
Exactly.
You know what drives me crazy is the ones where they haven't seen their mom or dad for 2 years, and then they show up.
Like a soldier returning home from war video?
Tearjerker.
Yeah. Takes me every time.
Every time.
Honestly, I'm gonna be real, man. Guilty pleasure. I like watching Preds get caught. That's my thing.
To catch a predator?
I'm sorry, yes.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite things to watch, predators get caught.
Old school To Catch a Predator was always like such a, like when Chris Hansen would walk.
Dateline NBC.
Yeah. He'd walk out, they're just like, I had, you know, like, just like the human reaction of like, my life is over.
He was so funny too, because you could tell he loved doing it. He just loved catching them.
Can you imagine the amount of power coming from behind that curtain? That is.
That was a big setup too, right? Like the whole house was done up.
Yeah. Cops waiting outside.
Like, you can leave right now. You run out, they tap you.
Totally.
You got nowhere to go.
What do you mean when you said, I want to blink your blank? You're like, whoa.
Shout outs Chris Hansen, man.
Does anybody want to go first?
Man, fuck it, I'll go first.
I don't know whoever wants to go first.
Yeah, I'll go first. I love Tim Burton, man. I've been inspired by him as a child. I think what he does with claymation and how he transcended into like just like live action movies and the parallels between them, and he seamlessly kind of included it from matte painting to German expressionism. I think he's a fucking genius. Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm a child.
Nah, that was my movie when I was growing up too.
Come on, bro, that was a classic. Fun fact, his composer, his name's Danny Elfman. He just did my album with me that I'm putting.
No way.
Shit. Yeah, Danny Elfman.
That's sick.
He scored a bunch of the songs on my album. So we had this shit on mute and just like making music to all of the old films, Pee-wee's Playhouse, The Simpsons, all that. It's with Danny Elfman.
That is. Have you seen him live in concert?
Yeah, of course. You saw him at Coachella?
That's so sick.
Killed that
Insane.
shit. Like this changed like claymation and stop motion, you know?
I had this on VHS.
Me too.
Have you ever seen people actually do this stuff, like the actual claymation? Like, have you ever gone to a claymation studio?
Yeah, I've seen it, yeah.
It's so impressive.
It's crazy. They build worlds with the miniatures and shit.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's insane. In this town of Halloween. My favorite holiday is Halloween. I got this on VHS cassette. Both of us did. I was probably like around 5 or 6 years old when I got it, and I've been addicted to it since. I like cartoons because they allow you to imaginate, you know? And that's something I held on to even in my adulthood. Like, I prefer to do things that like would consider me as a man-child, you know? I still got gadgets, toys, Rubik's Cubes, and just, you know, fun things.
Can you do a Rubik's Cube?
I suck, bro. It's all aesthetic purposes. You come in my
800 in your house.
spot. I think you up next. No pressure at all, though.
This video is Mean Streets is a Scorsese film that it's one of his first movies, and this scene in particular was one of the reasons that I wanted to get into acting because I loved it so much. Johnny Boy is like a proper unbelievable character and he's larger than life, but he's got this soul that you really connect to, and Harvey Keitel's kind of his cousin and tries to keep him on the straight and narrow. And
then what happened today, you ain't gonna believe, because it's just incredible. I can't believe it myself. I was in a game. I had like $600-700, right?
You gotta be kidding.
Yeah, on Hester Street. You know Joey Clams?
Yeah.
Joey Scala, yeah.
I know him too, yeah.
Yeah, Joey Scala's Joey Clams.
Right.
Right.
They're the same person.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey, now anyway, I want to cut the story short, because I know you don't want to hear all this. I know.
I'm gonna pay ya.
Yeah.
We gotta talk like that for the rest of the thing now. You know what I mean? It's bada bing, bada bang. That was brilliant.
Have you seen the
great
movie?
Scene.
No, I haven't seen it.
it's one of my favorites. It's fantastic.
Scorsese's like never missed.
Yeah. I could tell you just letting them riff too. It was like
I
real.
think most of that is improvised.
Yeah.
And then he went and did Godfather 2 after that, and then Taxi Driver, and the difference between the performances is so clear.
When I was like auditioning, like when I was younger, like I watched, you know, it's like freaking De Niro and Pacino, like they're like the great actors. And so like I thought like good acting was like using an Italian accent. So I was like, a guy from Texas that had like a slight Italian accent, it like did not work at all.
Get to hear any?
Yeah,
It's gone, it's dead. That part of my life is over, my Italian days.
If you could have done any gangster movie in the past, what would it have been?
Goodfellas.
Good. I knew you was gonna say that, man.
That's a perfect movie.
I love A Bronx Tale.
It's
De
a Bronx Tale.
Niro's,
good, yeah.
he directed that shit,
Yeah.
killed it. How about you? You could have been in.
I think Mean Streets or Goodfellas, maybe even Casino. Casino, that's a beautiful movie. And the clothes in that. I think that was all Armani.
Fly. How about you?
Minister Society.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I like that. This is a specific like West Coast inner city. Like we don't really talk about that a lot. We don't see it a lot. And I think it's like a beautiful world and there's so much to say in it. You can have an interpretation of these characters that are just vastly different. Cause you meet geniuses that are parts of gangs. You know what I mean? Like people who are really like intelligent, have all these layers of thought you wouldn't even think. And you meet the most kind people who also will get off, you know, something, you know. And so I just think it's so interesting. There's all these layers and complications within these groups we just don't see. So I would be a part of something.
That's
like
sick.
What about you?
It'll probably have to be Juice or New Jack City. Yeah, I love that film.
What's New Jack City? I don't know.
It's about this guy from Harlem, played by Wesley Snipes, named Nino Brown. And basically it just takes place during the crack epidemic in 1980s in New York City, and how this guy turned into basically a street kingpin overnight, and you know, the trials and tribulations of that.
Do intro scene to Belly.
Ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? What's going on? What's going on?
1998?
Yeah.
We're gonna get some dope voiceover, I have a feeling.
That's the first
Here you go. Craziest
song
intro.
come in.
Soul to Soul. Shout out Jazzy B, man. The plexi shot with the blunt was crazy.
Are you ready? What's going on?
His contrasts in his films are always dark. Hype Williams, this guy's next level.
Scene is iconic. The perfect marriage of like cinematic excellence at a time where these kinds of things weren't seen and through a perspective you don't usually see it through. But the fact that it was somebody that's their main preoccupation is music means that there's rhythm in every single cut and in the edit, which people often forget. Like the movie's made in the edit. And if you have rhythm and you know where to cut it, it just is like, it's like music. And that's what this is. And also the contrasting colors, the beautiful black light against the dark skin, as the light is like, it's just like a beautiful piece of cinema that's like not appreciated enough. Your Belly is classic. The whole thing from start to finish is just fire. So many were like that in the 90s too.
Hi, my name is Tony, and this is Every Frame a Painting. Some filmmakers can do action, others can do comedy. But for 40 years, the master of combining them has been Jackie Chan.
One of my favorite YouTube channels. It's called Every Frame a Painting. So if you want to like break down any filmmaker's style, like just like this thing will basically break down, like just play this one real quick. This breaks down why Jackie Chan's action is better than other people's action. So basically you can see like Jackie Chan will like use the environment. He'll basically do it practically, which a lot of other people rely on like doubles and CGI, but you'll see how Jackie will also use the environment. So it kind of gamifies all the action. So it kind of like incorporates comedy and all that stuff. But this will break down like Spielberg, Kurosawa, Scorsese, all this stuff to like all of their filmmaking styles. So if you guys are about to work with somebody, it's called Every Frame a Painting.
So, how does Jackie create action that is also funny? First off, he gives himself a disadvantage.
Please. I said I don't want trouble.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
that was
sick.
Rush Hour, right?
Yeah.
I love Rush Hour.
Yeah. You start to go like, I love this movie, it holds up, and you're like, why? And it breaks it all down.
Yeah.
It's really cool. I just worked with Edgar Wright, and this is how I discovered Edgar. I watched this. I mean, I saw like Shaun of the Dead as a kid, but how I became to appreciate him, I was like, why do I like this guy's filmmaking style so much? It was this video series where he breaks everything down musically. So there's there's a musicality to it. So I had like on Running Man, I had an earwig in my ear on certain scenes, and there was a metronome going, and sometimes even the song. So my blocking and stuff would be to music. Wow. And so you realize there was like intention to everything. So
That's smart.
It's really sick.
Were other actors also wearing the metronome?
In certain scenes, like there's like this opening montage where I'm walking, and so as people are passing me and I'm doing certain things, it's all to music.
That's cool.
He did it in Baby Driver, but he's one of those guys that's like musically inspired, but it's really cool to watch. Like all of a sudden I was like, why is this guy so great? But it breaks it all down here.
I love that. You just gave away the sauce though. Like now everybody's about to. You gotta gatekeep just a little bit.
Totally. My entire education is just this YouTube channel.
Thank you guys. You know, we was just chilling, you know, talking with each other, going over our favorite videos. Until next time. Wait, are you serious? That's our outro?